So it's about, somebody will say, well, you don't need to think. I said, well, if I'm teaching Tom Hoagie, a tour player, hopefully he ain't thinking much, because I'm watching balls fly at pins. If I'm watching, a person comes to lesson, he says, I've been slicing. For how long? 40 years. How is that working? Not very good. I'm losing a lot of distance. But I don't want to think about anything. I said, well, we've proven that the no thinking part ain't working, okay? So if someone says, should I have to think about the club face if I'm slicing? Well, unless you want to keep slicing, you're going to have to figure out a way to change the position of that club face. So then your level of concentration for that 1 second, when I ask, how much were you thinking about the face? You don't get the luxury to say, not very much, because you're trying to break a habit. You got to give me 100%. We're changing this, but most people, when that club leaves the ground, they just go into the mode of hope. It's something, hope, it's not going to work. It hasn't worked. You've got to then pay attention to something else that reverses that spin. So you got to concentrate a little bit harder than you want to. Remember, if it sounds complicated, it's wrong. So it's all about if you have a functional flaw that's not giving you the desired effect, and you're decided that you have to break the habit. Most people have to be coaxed into concentrating harder than they want. Because they say, guys, a lot of thinking. I said, well, how else are you going to break a habit without thinking and absolutely doing the opposite and reversing it and exaggerate the tar out of it? That's why you've got to use some video camera, because people say, was that me exaggerating? That was you exaggerating. And they'll say, I don't see any difference. Bingo. You've got to jack that concentration, that challenge, you've got to make it so at least visually we can see a change, and that's going to be about triple what you just did. They're not ready for that, but that's the only way I found to be able to break habits and change ball flights. So remember, if it sounds complicated, it's wrong.
That's good. That's really good, because we're getting into the cerebral part of